Colvin Funeral Home and Crematory. For over 50 years, our family has provided professional services with dignity, compassion, and respect with families during a time of need. We realize funeral services are as unique as those we're honoring. We offer a variety of affordable, quality services tailored to meet each family's needs, specializing in burial and cremation services. Proudly servicing Cumberland, Robeson, Hope, Harnett, Bladen, and surrounding counties from 2 locations, 2010 Murchison Road, Fayetteville, 1904 Elizabethtown Road, Lumberton. For more information, visit our website, www.hmcolvin.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show on the Widu Radio Network, WIDU 1600 AM and 99.7 FM. We're glad you're with us. Sit back and stay tuned and enjoy today's program. And here's your host for today.
Did you get my thing?
It played. Your opening?
Oh, you did it play?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Good morning to you. Yeah, you had to turn that. I didn't hear it. My apologies. Good morning to you on this Thursday. Man, it's supposed to be hot today. I just pulling up. It's a heat advisory now. And by 11 o'clock, which is about 3 hours from now, we're going to get some extreme heat. And let me see. We're talking about 90 plus, but the heat index is going to have it real high. A high today of 94. So they have heating stations throughout the city and the county, meaning you can go to your local libraries and things like that to protect yourself. But I want you to just be careful out there. It's hot. It's really, 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 really hot. Excited today to have in the studio with us Ms. Lene McCune, and she's going to be talking to us about her nonprofit and some things that she's doing, particularly with ministries, and some good information. She's a vegan, and she is about the exercise and all this other stuff. Matter of fact, she does some things at the Bill Chris Senior Center, and so you're going to want to tune in with this marvelous young lady. She's an Army veteran out of Los Angeles, California, and she's been here around since 2012, and glad to have her in our community. Good morning, Ms. Lene, and thank you for being with us this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, so, out of LA, what made you decide to get in the Army?
Well, I was actually struggling back then. I had a hard time with life. I didn't know where to go. I was a foster child, so I didn't have any parental direction. And so I said, I want to go to college. I kept seeing commercials on the internet, and I was like, maybe I should just join the Army. So I joined the Army, and it landed me here. I've been throughout the country, but I stayed stuck here for a good part, yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you favored us enough to make this your home. Well, out of curiosity, what attracted you, what made you want to stay here? This is very different from Southern California.
Yeah, in California, to me, the cost of living was a little too high. And when I got put out of the military in 2016, I was actually a single mom. And so I was like, okay, if I go there, I might be really struggling. So I just decided to stay here. I used my VA loan, and I just bought a house because it's cheaper to live out here. And it's more laid back. It's less city life, but more, business, kind of entrepreneur, like military kind of fed. So I felt like I fit in here versus going back home.
I know LA has the worst traffic in America. You may have the worst traffic in the world.
Right.
But it take you but if we were going downtown, which is about like a mile and a half, it'd probably take you 2 hours. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane now. No doubt about that. Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about that. So you are pretty open to the fact that, you, I'm sure you had an honorable discharge, but still, there was some situations that caused you to exit the military. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, so I was actually going through a divorce, honestly, and I had a hard time with that transition of just being a regular single mom, and so I started eating more, gaining weight, and I was trying to fight the fat, honestly, and I was going to get procedures done. I said nothing was working, and I felt like it was God saying, well, I'm going to help you with the transition. And I ended up just getting out, and they paid me to get out, and so it was easier for me to just exit because I had a financial plan. At first, I didn't feel like I had one, but I felt like God was saying, you know what, I'm going to make sure you get compensated enough so that you can be comfortable to be a single mother. And that's just what it was.
All right, so you have a son or a daughter?
I have a son, he's 14.
Okay, all right, well, but you got out because they have weight requirements and all the other stuff in the military.
I just kept not meeting them.
Okay, all right, yeah. What did that do to you psychologically, though, when you reflect back on that, knowing that is a causal reason for you not being in the military?
I kind of was a little disturbed and a little sad at the same time, but then I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this pain, and I turned it into an actual purpose, which is where I started the nonprofit from. But on the inside, I was emotionally damaged because I wanted to do the whole retirement thing, but I just couldn't do it. So it hurt me on the inside, but it helped me more so on the outside when I accepted it.
So now, I guess they were measuring what the body mass, BMI they call it?
Yeah,
is
BMI.
that it?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know about that kind of thing. You're professional. What about that? I mean, because if the rest of the world were using that strategy or whatever the military army using, there's a lot of people would be going home from a lot of stuff. Correct?
Yeah, and they actually changed the regulations when I got out. I think I forgot her name. She advocated for it, and they changed the policies to where certain body parts on a woman just makes a difference. And so if I stayed in, I probably would have been able to pass. But it's just the measurements, the dimensions, the locations where they take it, it's just not suitable for us, I would say.
Sure. So now, is there, and I'm just asking the question, I don't know, I'm just a guy. I don't know stuff. Okay. When it comes to the ethnicity of a female, does that kind of affect how, their weight and the BMI thing?
Yes.
I mean, so I'm just saying, I'm going to be playing with it. A white female versus a black female, or let's say a Latina female, is sometimes a little different, isn't it?
Yeah, and of course we're more full figured, and I have more muscle mass, and so the part that I kept on failing was the hip area.
Okay.
And so with me being more dense down there, it was just hard for me. I cannot lose not quad weight, but muscle that's actually been there for me running years of track and field. So it was just like they want me to lose more weight around my waist or my neck or my wrist. And so when they changed the policies, I believe they took one of the sections off, and it made determining BMI a little easier. So yeah, it's a part of our culture.
Yeah, for real it is. I mean, I was reading this book, I forget the name of this African author, but he had drawings and pictures of African women. And, for lack of a better word, now ladies, don't get mad at me, I'm just talking about this, so I don't know how the other put it, but sometimes black women are a little more hippie than some other women, you know what I mean? Y'all got some competition now because they got what they call BBLs.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
They're getting it done, but that's kind of, as you stated, a part of our culture.
Yeah, and I feel like as far as the BBL culture, I don't feel like there's too many people in the military doing it, and I hope they're not doing it because they're really going to contradict themselves of, what they want to do with their careers.
Right. So now you get out, and because of that, then you focused on more healthy stuff. I mean, so you're vegan, and you talked about gluten-free and all of that. Let's run down that road and describe all that for us.
So I decided to go vegan around 2020. I've been vegan for about 5 years, or maybe a little bit longer. And I went cold turkey. I said, okay, if it's a weight issue, it must be not the gym, because I've always been an athlete. I've always been into going to the gym, but I couldn't internally accept the fact that I had an eating problem. I was addicted to sugar. I didn't get enough protein. And so I said, I'm going to just become a vegan and learn how to do this one video at a time, one book at a time. I started going to Barnes & Noble and buying all the cookbooks I can to learn, downloaded the apps and everything. I just kind of like self-taught myself how to become this person that will consume things that are way more healthier for my body. And as far as the gluten-free, I actually found out I was gluten-free through a sensitivity test that I didn't know. So for all these years, I was eating wheat and getting bloated, having runny nose, and all these adverse reactions. And then I had the test done, and I said, well, that was a problem this entire time. It got so bad I had to have surgery on my left nostril because I had polyps built up from the years of just mucus just stuck there. So that's what made me just say, I'm going to do this 100%, because that procedure is painful. So, yeah, I just did it for the sake of health, but I really knew I needed to do it to survive, to be honest.
Right. So the amount of protein that a man needs is different from typically what a woman needs, correct?
Yes.
All right. How much protein is going to be healthy for a female to be getting a day?
From what I was taught, they said about 100 grams a day. Like it goes based off your weight. So I'm 154. They said, well, you need about 100 grams a day for protein. So it kind of differs, but for men, of course, they need more because they have more muscle fibers naturally in their bodies than women do.
Right. Okay. So you're going to get that protein, but what about those protein drinks? I mean, I see some of those. Matter of fact, I was looking at maybe it was social media or whatever, but they got one drink has something like almost 30 grams of protein inside of that. I mean, but I'm a little, when I see that stuff, I'm like, okay, but is that healthy for me to be doing that? I mean, it's just my question. You're a professional, I'm asking. I mean, when people see these things and you say, well, that's the easy way for me to get my protein in. I just drink this. I'm wondering, are there long-term, to your knowledge, issues with getting protein in your body in that manner? Because I have a very high metabolism. I'm a skinny guy, okay? Been that way my whole life, and it just, look, it's no way, I don't care what I do, when I eat it, I burn it off.
Yeah. As far as the protein goes, from what I was taught, that the body can only digest 25 milligrams of protein at a time.
Okay.
And so if you go over 25 and 30, that's why most protein drinks, they start out at 20 grams of protein.
Okay.
And so now when they start to increase it, the body can still process it, but it takes a little bit longer.
Okay.
So I feel like the increase of protein for these drinks are just a sales tactic to get you to say, buy it because we have more. Instead of saying, just drink a little bit and then wait a couple hours and then drink some more.
Right.
So that's kind of what I think that is. It's just a sales pitch for people to buy it because it's more in there. Yes, the body can, digest all of it at one time, but processing it for the muscles, for the sake of the muscles, it will just store the rest of the protein, and sometimes it will turn into something different.
Sure. So we have Miss Lene. Say that again?
Lanye.
Yeah. Lanye McCune. She's in with us on today, and she's our professional person talking about health and conditioning and all those other kind of things. So you started a nonprofit.
I did.
Let's talk about your nonprofit.
So, I started the nonprofit last year. I was encouraged to do it because I had a for-profit business, but it didn't feel right. I didn't feel like, I don't know, it didn't sit right with me. So I started a nonprofit, and I felt like this is the direction that I needed to go. So there's 3 pillars to it. There is a fitness side to it. There is the healthy side, where we call it Conscious Bites. And then I have a talking show, kind of like a podcast side to it, where I kind of go over the distinction between certain things to help women in business and just in general. Okay,
so we were talking about you have done some things and you work with some people at the Bill Chris Senior Center, which is off of out there off of Rim Road in that area. Let's talk about that. So let's talk about that relationship that you have with that particular senior center.
All right. So on the weekends, I used to go to the park, the Lake Rim Park, and I would always drive by that facility. And I said, I need to go in there. And one day I just drove in there, and I spoke to the lady, and I asked her, I said, can I teach a class to the seniors? Because I was doing resistance band classes every month before I tore my ACL. And they gave me the opportunity, and it was just amazing. So I went there, started teaching the class in the chairs, and then they had the bars, and then, you know, I kind of got a feel for the ladies and the gentlemen of what they can and couldn't do, and I just created the movement based off of how they move.
Right. So let's talk about that. You said the resistance band. So you have a band today.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, if you hold that up.
Yep.
There we go. Boom. All right, yeah, you know. So let's talk about that, you know, because that's probably more safer, particularly for seniors, than lifting free weights, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is 100% flexible. It comes in 3 levels, light, medium, and heavy. And then on the inside, it has the fiber material of a tire, so it won't roll, it won't snap, it won't do anything. It's really hard to break too. So I feel like this one is more durable, and it is more safe for seniors because it's bigger, more reach.
Right.
Most of the other ones are rubber and they're smaller and they pinch your skin. So
Right.
I said I got to create something that's safe for kids and elders too.
So the resistance band concept, Chap, can you build muscle with that, or is that just basically toning or both, or what? Explain that to me.
It's a little bit of both, because the heavy one, it goes by about 70 pounds of force, and then the medium is less, and then of course the light one is a little bit lesser. So you can build muscle, but of course I feel like you will always need weights to do that, but I think this is more of a toner and a maintainer type of thing.
Okay, and you give a class in that and showing them how to do that while sitting down.
Sitting down, standing up, we do a full body class. So I start from the top, we'll do like some arm workouts, and then I say, hey, wrap it around your legs, and we'll do some lower body workout, wrap it around your ankles, we'll do, you know, the lower extremities. So I give them a head to toe experience with one band. They'll have the option to use all 3 on site, so they can choose their hard, you know, pick your hard. So that's kind of what I do. But I make sure they get a full body experience. So it's not just get the bands and only use it for your legs. No, we're going to show you how to wrap it around your arms, put it to the chair, and do a bicep curl. So I can get real creative with them.
Okay, all right, right. Well, that's good. I mean, and that is pretty much when they learn how to do that, they can do that
at home.
At home, right?
Yeah.
You have to go run down and get a gym membership, and
Right.
they tell me that the gym membership, like January 1, it's full of people.
Yeah, yeah.
And by March 1, all of them gone. And people say, don't worry about it, don't wait. They'll be here for a short while and they'll be gone. And someone gave this to them for a Christmas gift or whatever. And they're giving it. But I guess you have to be motivated, though, or should I say disciplined, to do a lot of what you're talking about, correct?
Yes, sir. Very much so. Because if not, it's just going to, if you don't do it, it's going to fall away. It's going to fade away.
Right. And I guess when we're talking about life extenders, people that want to be on the planet a little longer, you're going to be able to, you need to be doing something, you know what I mean? I tend to walk because I have a dog. And, he's, we used to walk a lot faster, but we both older now. He's 16, and I turned 71 on Monday, so, you know. But still, we get that walk in early every morning. And it's my understanding that people that have pets that tend to walk their dogs, a lot of them live longer. You know, they have a longer lifespan.
I didn't even think about that,
Yeah, because
they have to walk the dog.
That's right. You know, look, you like, get your behind up and walk me. You know what I mean? So, you know.
And then being out in nature is so much different than just being in the gym. So when you're walking the dog, you're internally thinking more, you're introspective and all that. So I like that, yeah. Yeah,
you know, you're getting a little vitamin D in there, you know, with the sun, you know, early in the morning and all that. But, so, you know, very, 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 very interesting and very powerful concepts. I'm glad that you chose to do this. And I imagine you find that rewarding as well.
I do. And that's why I decided, you know, it's just best that I reach different communities. So I travel. I'm willing to go to different parts of the region in North Carolina to show that this is what we offer. It's just not for Fayetteville.
Right. So, look, we're going to give information again before we go. But for someone listening to this and they want you to come by their church to talk to a senior group or whatever, contact information for you.
So you can reach me at my phone number at 224-253-1603 or my email, which is queenofallthings with an S 22@gmail.com. And if you really want to see some of the work we do, you can always visit the website www.fitforaqueen.org and go from there. Our social medias are on there. For our Instagram, which is where we post, it is FFAQ_FDN. And for TikTok, for the healthy recipes, it is the.vegan.vixen.
Okay. Well, look, that's what we want to talk about when we come after the break. Then, so you be mixing it up. So you're like a little chef too, huh?
Not really, but yeah.
But before we go to the break, explain that gluten-free thing and what? Because you see a whole lot of that now, and I was into it one time, understanding what it meant, but now I'm ignorant again. Bring me up to speed as to why I'm seeing all of these gluten-free ads on foods and why or what gluten does to the body.
So if you think about the word gluten, it tells you exactly what it is if you close your eyes and just say glue. It's glue. It's literally the bread part. You know how the sourdough bread is made and has air bubbles? It needs gluten in order to have that airspace. And so what it does is if it can saturate in a piece of bread and make it expand, it does the same thing to our stomach. So that's why we have gas, we have indigestion. Gluten is necessarily not good for anybody. Some people can tolerate it, but it's really that thing where they even make meat out of gluten. I've seen that. They call it wheat meat. And that is the most insane thing I've ever seen because it's like, why would you want to consume that? But gluten is one of the intolerances that you don't know that it's bothering you because you think, okay, I got a little headache. Maybe it's because I've been outside too long. The slightest reaction that doesn't even require an EpiPen could be a gluten sensitivity. So I like to describe it in my class when I teach them, and I show them what gluten is on a picture. It's just literally wheat that's spread out that looks like glue. So if you cannot just consume that right now, why would you want to mix it into an ingredient and think that it's not going to bother your body?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. So now you mentioned sourdough bread. So what was, Because
there's more gluten in sourdough bread, which is why they have the air bubbles. And so when you have bread that's gluten-free, you'll realize it'll taste like a brownie. Okay. Versus like how sourdough bread is, where it's like that. But most bread
and that's what I love sourdough bread.
Yeah, there's gluten-free sourdough bread too, but it doesn't have the air pockets. It's more denser, and it just gives off the sourdough taste because of the sour cream.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. So is there a more healthy bread to eat?
Yeah. There's I forgot the brand. It's like a yellow and red bag. It's at Sprouts. They have I'm gonna look it up. So on the break, I'll be able to tell you guys what it is.
You say Sprouts? What's that?
Sprouts is the grocery store in Fayetteville.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where, and then Sprouts, they have a lot of labels, so it's easier to shop there. It says plant-based and gluten-free or just gluten-free. So it's easier to shop there versus going to like Walmart or Food Lion.
So just out of curiosity, is your son? Is he a vegan or?
No, he's not. He's not vegan. He loves meat. He loves cheese. He doesn't have intolerance to wheat. I've already did the test on him, so he is clear in that area. And I'm not going to force it on him.
Oh, sure. I what you're saying.
Yeah, not yet.
Is he an athlete?
Yes.
Okay. What, you play football?
Basketball and football, yes.
Oh, wow. So, the first games start on Friday next week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They have the Jamboree that's coming tomorrow. They have the Jamboree tomorrow.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but that's interesting. Great. Well, look, our most able producer, Ms. Tammy Quick, is coming in here now. So we're going to go to a break, and we're going to come back. What was that Queen thing you said again now?
Fit for a Queen Foundation?
Yeah, Fit for a Queen. Miss McKim, she's with us this morning, and we're going to be back for more following this. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for tuning in with us. 99.7, 1600 AM. We'll be right back.
My name is Ron Ross. I need your vote for County Commissioner. If elected, I will focus on what truly matters, you, the people. Budgets will be transparent and efficient. I will support policies that create good jobs while protecting our natural resources. I will keep the voters' message strong. We want results, not continued broken promises. Vote Ron Ross, County Commissioner, paid for by the committee to elect Ron Ross.
President Trump has confirmed that White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt will step down at the end of August so she can spend more time with her family. She's departing her role after an 18-month tenure. Catastrophic flash flooding and severe storm damage devastating parts of the Midwest, particularly in Indiana, following a powerful drenching and subsequent trailing thunderstorms. High-profile civil rights attorney Ben Crump is heading a $50 million lawsuit against ride-sharing company Lyft on behalf of a Raleigh woman, Diamond Kennedy, who was allegedly assaulted by a driver on March 31st. A heat advisory in effect for much of North Carolina today as dangerous heat and humidity combine, producing heat index values of 107 degrees or higher in many parts of the state. 2 U.S. Army soldiers killed Wednesday when their helicopter crashed into a field in central Texas that ignited a fire. The Lakers have been sold for $12.5 billion. Tony Rixby, NCN News.
I'm Jamie Monticelli, WIDU Radio News. On Wednesday, August 12th, the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office Organized Crime Unit, alongside the Special Response Team, executed a search warrant in the 300 block of Rock Hill Road. Deputies seized 32 grams of methamphetamine, 17 grams of cocaine, 965 grams of methadone as packaged, about a gram of oxycodone, half a gram of alprazolam, 32 dosage units of Suboxone, 3 grams of lorazepam, about a gram of morphine pills, 27 grams of liquid morphine packaged, and about 7 grams of amphetamine and dextroamphetamine. As a result, 70-year-old Catherine Duke Fisher of Fayetteville was arrested and is facing multiple drug charges. Cumberland County Animal Services has waived adoption fees through Saturday, August 15th. That means 0 adoption fees for dogs, cats, puppies, kittens, and other animals waiting to find their forever homes. From WIDU Radio, I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Good morning. Skies are partly cloudy today. High temperatures are heating back up. Highs reach the mid-90s, even a few spots in the upper 90s. Storm chances stay low at just 20%. Tonight, it's partly cloudy with lows in the low to mid-70s. Tomorrow, we're back in the mid to upper 90s. Skies are partly cloudy with a 30% chance of a late-day storm. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the NCN Weather Center.
As the summer heat churns on, the Fayetteville Fire Department would like to remind you to stay cool when possible. Take extra breaks when working outside, and always stay hydrated. Some people don't think about it, but if you're only drinking water when you're thirsty, you're doing it wrong. Signs of heat injury can sneak up on you, so stay cool, stay hydrated, and stay safe, Fayetteville.
At Fayetteville State University, you will do something you thought you could never do. And never say never again. With NC Promise $500 per semester tuition, dare to see where you can go. Check out all your options, including our new cybersecurity program. Because tomorrow just can't wait. Fayetteville State University. Anything really can happen. Are you in?
You ever notice how most helpful information always seems to show up just a little too late? Like, oh, the deadline was yesterday. Or,
you know you could have saved money if you've done that earlier.
Timing matters. With smart timing, you can lower your energy costs by running appliances like washers, dryers, and dishwashers outside of peak hours. And by adjusting your thermostat just a few degrees higher between 3 and 6 in the afternoon, you can save even more. It's a simple shift that helps reduce strain on the energy grid, supports a more sustainable future, and keeps power reliable for everyone in our community. Because at Fayetteville PWC, we're committed to being environmentally responsible, dependable, and deeply invested in the place we all call home. Timing matters, and smart timing means savings. Learn more at startsaving@faypwc.com.
Good morning. Skies are partly cloudy today. High temperatures are heating back up. Highs reach the mid-90s, even a few spots in the upper 90s. Storm chances stay low at just 20%. Tonight, it's partly cloudy with lows in the low to mid-70s. Tomorrow, we're back in the mid to upper 90s. Skies are partly cloudy with a 30% chance of a late-day storm. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the NCN Weather Center.
And we're back now again. We have the fabulous vegan of Cumberland County, and she's handling things. And so we appreciate you being in. Actually, you know, hopefully some individuals will call and connect with you with this whole piece that you're doing, because I think it's really important. We talk about that. So you create a nonprofit, mm-hmm. and the goals of your nonprofit is your mission statement.
To the goals of the...
Yeah, your goals, your mission statement for your nonprofit. What are you committed to doing?
I'm committed to showing women, not women, but just people in general,
okay,
that there is healthy and there is a way to to save money while doing it. Because the biggest thing is people say it costs too much to eat healthy. I said, no, it's not. That's why I created Conscious Bites. I want you to come experience it, whether it's free or not.
Conscious Bites.
Conscious Bites. Kind of like, to raise the awareness of the mind of what you're putting in your body.
Right.
Yeah, so, and then the second part is I like to cater to all areas of the community, which is another part of the mission statement, is the kids and the elders and the kids. So the mission really is to touch a little bit of everybody at one time.
So I believe that, I'm a label reader.
Yeah.
And some people are not label readers. I mean, I know, don't look at me like I'm weird, people. I know somebody looking at me, that guy's weird. No, it's just what I'm saying is that, you really need to read labels. Mm-hmm. When you talk about protein, you talk about some of my friends, they might be salt sensitive and stuff like that. You read the labels. They got a lot on those labels.
They do.
As a matter of fact, I think the law requires them to have them there, and they just know that people are not going to read it.
They'll change the names of it too.
That's true too. And then you got to look some of this stuff up because you can't pronounce what's on it. That's why I believe a lot of people would not drink soft drinks if they read the label.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, they got some stuff in the sugar. And like you were talking about before, people talk about salt, but it's my understanding sugar is just as damaging, if not more damaging than salt.
It really is. They say that sugar is the cocaine and salt is the crack.
Whoa,
and that's the truth.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it does damage to your body both ways, especially if you have hypertension. It really hinders your body's ability to even absorb water with salt.
Right. And if you're drinking soft drinks, I'm told that if you soft drink, drink a lot of them, you can expect to probably put on a pound a week.
And then there's people that drink these drinks and then they end up in the hospital because their heart can't handle that much caffeine, because some of these drinks are selling, they're advertising caffeine as a means of energy, and the body cannot handle all that. That's why I say, my heart's beating too fast.
Right, because you got those things, whatever I won't call the names of them, but those little energy drinks and things. Yeah. Some of them are real small, and then some of them real large, and they drink it every day. I mean, Red Bull, that's one name.
Yeah, Red Bull.
Right.
Celsius is not that good either. But
that's what I'm saying, right? But, I see people doing that every day, and I'm like, I don't know if it's a good idea for you to be doing that every day. Not. I mean, I remember one time I was moving my kid, man. I had to move her from Alabama to Manhattan, what I mean? And I was driving, man, I said, now look, I told her, I said, what I'm doing right now, you look at me doing, don't you do it.
Yeah.
But I did drink a couple of those little things, and man, I thought I was losing my mind. I'm serious, my eyes were wide open, but I probably was asleep. And even with my eyes open, I said, I'd never do that again. I mean, there was the little small ones, little small ones. But there's some people that do them all the time.
Yeah, they wake up and they need it.
Well, I guess they become addicted to it. Yeah,
it's just like coffee sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you got, excuse me, the decaf, the decaf coffee and all that. Yeah. I don't know. I drink coffee sometimes, but I'm not a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
But I might have a cup or two twice a year. that's
twice a year.
Yeah, really, that's about the size of it. But we have all of these things that people are using to get started.
Yeah.
I can't get started on my day before I have my coffee. I mean, that's what a lot of people say.
Yeah, I drink coffee, and I stopped drinking energy drinks about maybe 3 years ago because I realized the feeling I get while I'm working out on it is not what I need to sustain every day, because it don't last, and it makes my heart really beat faster, and I feel like scientifically or biologically something in this bottle is not good for my body.
So you were on the energy drinks, huh?
Yeah, I was addicted to them too. Every day before my workouts, drinking the whole bottle. But I realized there's always that feeling, and I don't want the feeling to keep following me.
Right. Well, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I know. I mean, I do my research. A Mountain Dew has probably the highest amount of caffeine in it.
Wow.
And so I go drink a Mountain Dew, which is the equivalent of drinking a cup of coffee in a sense.
Yeah.
And but not too much of that either. You don't need to do that.
Yeah, a little moderation don't hurt.
Yeah, right. So moderation with things is good, but are we disciplined enough? I believe the word in the scriptures is temperance. You know, some of us, we just don't have the temperance to consume things in a manner that's healthy for us.
Yeah.
Right. So, do you do some work with some churches as well?
I do. I actually drove down to Durham. First, I started doing work with the farm in Durham. It's called Sacred Soil Community Farms. And to my knowings, or whatever how the statement is, they actually are a part of the church that was behind them. And so they asked me to do my Conscious Bites there, because what I do is I partner with the local farm out there in Durham, which is kind of far, but I get my fresh fruits and veggies from them, and then I bring it to Fayetteville, and then I have the class the next day, Conscious Bites. But the church asked me, well, can you do one for us as well? So after the service, I did it for them. It was in a smaller room, probably about this size, for some of the ladies that came down, and I said, I'll do this every month if you ask me to.
Oh, wow. So it's Conscious Bites.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you have a cookbook, or you just...
I do, actually, it's right here.
Oh, okay. Hold it.
Bought it for you.
Okay. A 3-ingredient...
The 3-ingredient cookbook, plant-based and gluten-free. And what I did with it was, instead of most cookbooks, they don't show you what the ingredients you get. They just tell you. So every page is illustrated with, this is what you need, and this is how to make it.
Okay.
The exact ingredient that I used.
Okay, well, that's great. Okay, yeah. So I guess when you need to have, you be in some type of kitchen area then to be doing that class. Are you actually cooking in front of folk and having them to?
When I do it at the, this is a location on Rayford Road, they have a kitchen inside the facility. So it's a venue and then there's a kitchen behind. So it depends on the venue.
Okay.
If it's at somewhere else, I will prepare the food at home. I do have my, what's it called, Safe Serve license or whatever. So people know, and I post it up behind the food to let them know, hey, well, this food is prepared by, hands that are clean, house that is clean as well.
Right, okay. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Okay. So let's talk about what stuff you have inside of your cookbook there. I mean, give us some.
So there is, I can actually look in it too. I know it's in here, but I just want to kind of go off of what is in here. I have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and drink and desserts in here. So they get a plethora of and then I also have dipping sauces. So make your own honey mustard. You don't have to go to the store and buy that. I try to break it down to the smallest thing that I know we buy the most, and show them, hey, this is how you veganize it. It still tastes the same. It still looks the same. So we're trying to get people off the addiction of texture. A taste.
So let's talk about breakfast. I believe that's one of your more important meals of the day. Some people say, well, I skip breakfast, but actually you need to put that energy at the beginning of your work day in particular, or the beginning of your day, because if you start off fasting, because that's what break fast, it means you're breaking the fast from the night. Am I right about that?
Yep, you're absolutely right.
Right. So breakfast just means that it means breaking your fast. You need that protein and energy in the morning to get you going. What do you have in your book when you talk about breakfast?
So as far as breakfast, I try to change lanes with how we consume breakfast, because if you think about it, most breakfast foods and places serve you sweet stuff.
Right.
So I shift gears and say, well, you can still have oatmeal, but add salt and turmeric to it, because you'll still get that energy boost from the turmeric, and you'll get that savory taste from the oatmeal. And you
said salt and what now?
Salt and turmeric.
Turmeric. Oh, yeah, turmeric.
So it makes the oatmeal like yellow, but it's like it tastes like grits basically.
Okay. Right.
So yeah, and then I have a lot of drink ideas like shakes, because I don't advocate for eating pancakes and waffles and all that stuff. I say, hey, you can still have breakfast. Matter of fact, I'll go to one right here.
A lot of sugar.
Yeah, sugar
and I imagine that for youngsters, it's probably not a good thing either. But what a lot of the cereals are packed with sugar.
Yeah.
I mean, if you read the label, you see that it's a tremendous amount of sugar with these boxed cereals for that market themselves to children, correct?
Yeah, and they make it colorful, they make it big, they put it right in the center aisle, because that's the average height of a child. So they're doing it so strategic that parents they just get it. And then they put the cereal that's better for you at the bottom. The cereal that's not so good, whatever doesn't sell, goes at the top. So it's very orderly how they do it.
Right. Well, you're right. It's about marketing. I mean, and not only that, if they advertise a lot of these things on television at a time they think youngsters will be watching TV. So when you go to the the market or the grocery store,
They already seen the commercial.
They've seen the commercial, and they're
Uh-huh.
asking their parent for that specifically.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
And now they know that these kids are addicted to TikTok, so they're putting ads right in front of their face on the phones too.
Yeah, that's a whole new conversation. And you know, there are people that are suing these social media sites now because they say their children are addicted. And it's interesting that you should mention California because that's where you're from.
Yes.
I think it's California, and I watched it. I heard this news thing, and it was saying that they're limiting. If a kid is in grade school, they're limited to 20 minutes of interaction time with the social media, whatever, a day.
That's great.
And if they're in high school, 90 minutes.
Oh, they get
a
longer.
day.
That's crazy.
Just 90 minutes, an hour and a half. And I was like, wow, you know. Which I got that though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when I sit and I watch people, and nobody's talking anymore.
Even in restaurants, they're like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was eating breakfast the other morning at this restaurant, and this young couple come in, beautiful couple, this African American couple, and but they were sitting near me, and both of them were in their phones. I don't know if they were married or whatever, but they came in together. And both of them were in their phones. They weren't talking the whole time, and I walked away thinking about that. I said, you know, there was a time when life wasn't like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just, and then this is real interesting when you go to and you see the kids out, and so you got two adults that appear to be a couple or married or whatever, and you got 2 or 3 kids, and everybody at the table has their phone, and they're like this right here, and nobody's talking to each other at all, and you know, and they
Sometimes
actually
they'll text each other.
right, left home, and they're out paying for a meal, and there's no communication between anybody at all. I mean, I see it, and I said, wow. You know, and I know that I'm working a lot and stuff like that, and I'm, you know, people text me, you know, but I'm trying to get to the point where it's okay, I'm out with you, let me put this phone down. You know what I mean? But it can be addictive even to adults.
It is, and you know, there's inside the app, like for example, for Instagram, I have my things set up for 2 hours a day, and when it comes up to me scrolling 2 hours within a 24-hour period, it will notify me and say, hey, it's time to turn the app off because you've been on it too long. So things like that can help for children and adults too. That's something that I learned. I'll say, okay, well, if I can't put the phone down physically, I have to have something that reminds me to do it. And so I turned on the notification to say, hey, you're about to be logged off because this is the time limit already.
Well, I don't know if it's with the phone or with the service, but every week it gives me a summary of how much time I've been on all my social media. I mean, you know, whether it was, because it's tied in together, whether it was the MacBook or the iPad or the iPhone.
Right.
It tells me all of my screen time. You know, I said, okay, all right. I look at it, I'm doing better this week.
Right, that's what I say, it went down an hour.
Right,
but
right.
As a business owner and operator of, you know, such a large radio station, I understand that you would have to kind of need to do it, but when it becomes too, like you have to do it, is a problem.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that makes sense. You're right. Well, you have your cookbook, and so we talked about breakfast. What about, you know, breakfast? What's a vegan breakfast? Like a Country Wayne, you know.
Well, I made this one meal yesterday, and I used dates, and I just used some cookie crumbs, and I made a butter pecan cookie bar. So I felt like that was my first time making it too. It's not even in a cookbook, but I was going to serve it at my next Conscious Bites event. And that's a good breakfast alternative because the dates are packed with fiber, and they have more zinc and all the other stuff, and potassium too. So you can get most of your minerals and nutrients from small things like dates instead of having a big heaping serving plate of food. But that's one of the breakfast ideas that I think people should try. Even if you just break up some standard cookies, put some butter on there, let it get soggy, put the dates on there with the syrup and a little bit of vanilla extract and a little bit of milk, blend it up together, and it creates that paste like a pumpkin pie. Not pumpkin pie, but a pecan pie. And you put some walnuts on top, pecans on top. It's so good.
Okay.
I got a video. It's on TikTok, so I'm going to post it today to show you, to show everybody the steps how you make it and the ingredients I use. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, but I guess that, what are you going to boost for protein in the mornings?
So for protein, I do a lot of like hemp seeds, flax seeds. I do like seeds, legumes, and beans. And I'll either mash them up and put them like in a tortilla shell and just have like a little burrito, add some rice, and I'll just keep it like that. Or tofu. I don't do tempeh because it's made with wheat. And then I do a lot of like the seed drinks. So walnut milk. I do, what else? Cashew milk and stuff like that. So instead of buying almond milk and soy milk, the traditional, Silk brand, I do the other brands that still give me that little bit of protein. Then I do a lot of yogurts that are made from coconut too.
So what's going to be the major difference between almond, and I have some almond milk at home, and I guess my daughter kind of got me going that route with that, versus the animal, the milk from a cow. What am I giving up and what am I gaining?
Well, you're giving up that, of course, that the milk is more, what they call pasteurized and homogenized, versus just almond milk. It's just sometimes most companies will just put the milk, water, salt, and a little bit of oil. But I've learned that it's not even good to have those oils in the milk. So you can just, I bought a milk maker too from Amazon, and you just put the water.
A milk maker?
Yeah, it's called the nut milk maker. You throw the nuts, the seeds, or whatever you want to do, put a little bit of water, and it stirs it up. It finally chops it to the point where it turns white. And I was like, this is insane, but it works. So you can make your own milk at home. But as far as what you're gaining so much more by drinking the plant-based milks than I call it the pus-based milk with the cow. Just because it dissolves better in the body and it doesn't create that gassy feeling and all those reactions that we normally would have when we think it's something else.
Right. So now, like I said, I told you, I'm pescatarian, meaning
Yes.
that I get my protein from seafood, and I've been that way over 30 years. But there's some people out there, man, I'm getting that bacon, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, but get that, bro. I got to have my bacon, So even some of the plant-based things now, because they're getting better, because, I've been doing this for 30 years. So, I've watched it evolve. It's a lot better now, the morning glory, I go get some morning glory, you know what I'm saying? And
good job. Look
yes,
at
I'm
that.
saying. So, the thing, it looks like bacon, and it's been a long time since I had a piece of meat in my mouth, so I don't know what meat actually even tastes like anymore now after 3 decades. But I enjoy that. You know what I mean? So I do that, and you have the plant-based sausages, link or patties and stuff like that, and so I enjoy that. Some people say, I just don't understand, but you know what? Some of that stuff is so close. You can make like some spaghetti and meatballs. Yeah. If you didn't tell them
they wouldn't know.
It was plant-based, they wouldn't know. Mm-hmm. And they say, oh, I know, it's probably somebody listening right now. I don't believe that. No, I would know. I'm telling you, I believe that some of this plant-based stuff now, they have it down so well that somebody could be feeding you something that is a plant, and you would think that it came from a cow or a pig or a chicken or whatever.
Yeah, and like you said with the spaghetti, if you just chop up some walnuts and soak them overnight,
right,
and then you dry them out, you can actually like sear them like it's ground beef. Add the flavoring of the spaghetti pack that you normally would buy, and you would never be able to tell the difference because it's soft enough and it gives off that same similar hard texture as spaghetti. And then another person, she DM'd me because they asked me a lot of questions. Well, like you said with the bacon, how do I still want to eat bacon, what should I do? So I recommend, hey, buy a vegan bacon seasoning and put that on your, whatever, your breakfast that you want to eat. Don't buy the bacon, but because we want the taste. That's what we really like.
Right, you're right. That's what you're buying. You're buying the taste.
Yeah, and then the texture follows. So if you want to get something that's, resembles bacon, grill you up some tofu, make it a little bit crunchy, and then add the bacon seasoning on there. There is a vegan bacon seasoning. So I wrote that down because I'm going to actually invest in that, and I'm going to let people taste it too.
Yeah, because, it's like, when you have different eating habits, you can become subjects of conversation at Thanksgiving and at other places. You know what I mean? Where, what does he eat? And da-da-da-da-da. And folk, if I can say, well, you know, Troy he's a funny eater. Well, I mean, hold it. Don't call me funny just because I choose to have a different kind of diet situation. You know what I mean? You know, I know that one thing, it's easier on my body.
Right.
Like I told you, I started making choices because, number one, I wanted to have the energy because I was an older parent, and I wanted to have the energy to be able to do with my daughter throughout her years.
That part.
And, you know, because I see people, they're breaking down, they're tired, they don't have the energy.
Yeah, they got cane too early,
right?
Or walker too soon.
That's right. These theme parks, man, we used to go to these theme parks and be out there all day. And so, you know, I'd be in my late 40s, my 50s, I can hang.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I enjoyed that piece. But what we put in our bodies is certainly going to be important, correct?
Yeah, all the way until you get to the hospital and they say, you know what, you have nothing wrong with you. That's the best feeling ever. And I do the same thing with my son. I said, right now I'm 40, and I said, my son is 14. I don't want to be 45 or 50 and say, Mommy can't go out there because I'm tired. My legs hurt, my back hurt. I don't ever want to be that parent either. And so that's what made me kind of include fitness along with, you know, healthy eating too.
Sure. Well, look, we got a couple minutes left here. Again, I want you to reiterate your contact information. Speak slowly so they can grab it, okay? And those that want to come back, they can watch this on Facebook Live, and it's going to move to YouTube as well. But I hope they will get this information from you and invite you out so that you can be of assistance to help some folk to eat healthy. And you got your cookbook there and all that other stuff. And but that's awesome. I mean, you know, it's about extending life, you know what I mean? Yeah. And actually, people don't realize that when God, if you believe Scripture, when God first made the man, he started off as a vegetarian, you know what I mean? That's how he started off, as that. Sin entered the world and then became meat eaters, but still, we started off just...
fruits and veggies of the feast.
That's it, that's right. That's how we started off, anyway.
So you can find me at, well, first and foremost, thank you for having me on the radio show. I really appreciate this and your time. Again, my name is Lanya McCoon, and my social media is for Instagram. It is FFAQ_FDN. That's where I post everything about the nonprofit. For the website, you can visit us and learn more about everything at www.fitforqueen.org. And if you want to directly reach me, you definitely can. My number is 224-253-1603. And as far as the recipes go, I post just food on TikTok at the.vegan.vixen. And that's it.
Excellent. Well, look, enjoyed having you in. Thank you for the opportunity to learn more about what you do, and wish you much success.
Thank you.
That you deposit into people's lives. And we didn't get a chance to get into dinner and lunch.
It's okay.
But I guess you got stuff inside your book for that too, right?
Yeah, and I've got your copies for you can have too, so you can look around.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, well, look, I'm gonna be on it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I am probably addicted to Country Wayne, though. You know, you know him?
No.
You're not familiar with him? Producer. Are you familiar with the Country Wayne? Man, I look. See, Country Wayne's supposed to be a vegan, but anyway, those people that don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, he's vegan inside of that, right? And it's so funny. It's so funny. I mean, it's just funny skits, but he's out of Atlanta, and I like that. I guess that's just my soap opera. You know,
okay,
I mean, he does skits every day, and he does them very short. And you know, you track him and follow him, but I like that. But anyway, though, and he said Jesus is popping, you know, so they don't have a lot of bad language on there inside of his stuff and stuff like that.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Right, but you know, that's what we want to do. But look, appreciate you so much. We're going to be out of here. Be back on tomorrow. With Jay's going to be away from the mic tomorrow, but DL will be with us, and I may have a third person, but we'll be back for the morning show again on tomorrow. Also, I wanted to say, you know, tomorrow is the football jamboree, and so, but anyway, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Your shirt says what now? We listen and we hold up. Come on, move over. We listen and we don't judge. I mean, that's our producer, Miss Tammy. She be straightening us out now. She has some shirts now. She be coming in here, and she don't be saying that, but she be wearing the shirt. So I guess she's sending the message.
Right.